All right, good evening, scholars. Um, so first off, I'm going to talk about Module 6 and uh, the most important things that I got from the lesson. And then I'm going to talk about some examples from the lesson some examples of writing and researching academic papers, some examples from my experience with those, and how it relates to the lecture. Um, then I'm going to talk about basically again and kind of reiterating the importance of the lecture, and kind of provide a little bit of advice at the end for students. So to begin with, I thought this lecture was very useful. Um, I think it was actually one of the most useful because it talks about writing, the improvement of writing, and how to uh, correctly write a research paper or academic paper, and how to effectively come up with the sources that you need to create a compelling argument for your academic or research paper. And I found it so important because I believe we write all the time. We'll be writing is one of those skills that you will actually use outside of the classroom in a real life situation. And I think the critique and the analysis and evaluation of writing and providing information on how to improve writing and how to just critique it for yourself and putting your own voice in your writing. I think that is just very important information because like I said, you'll be using writing outside of the classroom for very important things. um, Specific examples um, for writing. So, I'm a college student, so I'm a little bit biased on writing. So, we write all the time, whether it's for scholarships or grants, or it's for a class, or if it's an application for a job. I'm using writing all the time right now in my life. Um, the most that I use, like research and academic writing, is obviously for classes, but for my major, I'm a public management, leadership, and policy major, or a public affairs major. So I deal with a lot of like evaluating policy and public documents. And so um, this course talked a lot about uh, the importance of using basically like the right kind of research data, or using the right kind of supportive sources for your writing. Um, and yeah, so basically, so what I research is it just requires uh, it requires me to find credible sources. And so another way that I use this is the topics and ideas that I learned in this lesson, and my expertise is by writing briefs and public documents and evaluating these documents and evaluating the sources that these documents have to support the evidence. So that's one way I like conduct research. See, yeah, the ideas from this module I can put into my own practice is writing is going to be a very important skill set in my specialty. So just being more disciplined on finding the most credible sources. Like I like how the lesson provided strong like keywords to like direct kind of show you like what direction your sources should kind of relate to. So for example, like credible, reliable sources and quality sources, and what that means to have a quality source, and what a utility source looks like, and what that means. And so I think the lesson provided um, great structure of talking about good writing, but then I also think it provided like a good like direction for beginners. Like if the information it provided is like applicable for anyone, no matter how good your writing is. And so I think we use writing on a daily, and I think this lesson is a point in the right direction on improving your writing.